Hi everyone, my name's David, and I'm over $100,000 in debt. That's a lot. Let's talk about it. So first of all, I hope everyone's staying safe and happy with all the quarantine that's happening. With all the extra time, I thought, why not make a video about my debt journey? So I hope with this video, people are able to use it to be informed and motivated throughout all this kind of craziness that we're having. To give you a breakdown of my debt, I owe $30,000 in student loans for my undergraduate degree, $60,000 in student loans for my graduate degree, and $30,000 for a car loan. Yep, I was stupid. For my debt journey, there are three main questions that I asked myself. The first question was, when did I realize when I was in debt? I realized I was in debt when I was finishing up my grad school program around 2018, and then did my budget, realized that within a 10-year payment plan, I would have to pay a minimum of $1,000 a month. Yep, $1,000 a month. And mama didn't raise no fool. I wasn't gonna pay $1,000 a month for 10 years for a program that lasted me for 2 years. So that's when I decided to figure out I should budget more and try to take control and ownership of my debt. Question two, how I became in debt. So it all started when I went off to college, and to give you background, I never grew up with money, nor did my family had money to support me. I went through the process of going through college application and just had the belief that I would be fine after college. So it wasn't that way. I ended up owing $30,000 after graduating college. It was a great experience, just really expensive. So that was one of the first hard lessons I learned about debt. After graduating college, I received the offer to become an auditor. And as an auditor, we're supposed to go to our client sites, and I decided to buy a car. Granted, it was a very expensive purchase. It was a sports car. And as a car fan, it was something I wanted at the time. And I thought the low interest rates was appealing enough that I didn't have to worry about interest or car loans. So that was my first mistake. After a few months of being an auditor, I realized that it wasn't a career path that I was really passionate about. And I decided to do some research and figure out another path that I wanted to go into. So the path that I figured out was data science. So it was a blend of both worlds, that it was analytical, but then also creative, where I can find out my own solutions. When I was applying for grad school, I realized that the majority of tuition was all out of pocket. The financial aid didn't really offer any help in terms of scholarships or grants. So unlike undergraduate, it was all on me. They didn't really help for working professionals in terms of trying to provide aid. So what I did was probably the worst decision ever, but I took a lot of them. One thing that helped me out the most during this time was having the ability to work full-time, but then also go to grad school full-time. So along the way, I was able to switch companies, and they offer a substantial raise. So along that was able to help me through some payments of grad school. If you have the opportunity during a career change or pursuing a passion to work a 9-to-5 job while pursuing your other passions, I would highly recommend that. So that means that after dinner or during the gym, you would either do some light studying or kind of research on your end. Those are the things that got me into debt. Here are the things that got me out of debt. Question three, what am I doing to get out of debt? Some of the lifestyle changes that I made in my life and to help me through my debt journey were to spend less, make more money, and be consistent. Some of the things that helped me to spend less were to go out less often. Another thing I did to go out less often were to invite my friends over. So it's pretty self-explanatory. It's more affordable to invite people over, whether it's to have dinner or to have drinks, than to go out to like a local bar. I'm not against going out, but it's important during your debt journey that you minimize it as much as possible, just because food and drinks are often marked up, and then you have to factor in tips and other added costs that we may not even think about when we were swiping our credit card. So I oftentimes would just invite people over so we can just enjoy what we would normally do at a bar or at a restaurant, just at the comfort of our home. Another thing that's helping me to get out of debt is to make more money. So I'm not just saying that you should ask for a raise or promotion. That's the best way probably to get more money, but in this economy and all what we're experiencing, it's probably not the best situation. So I would say probably find like a side hustle, either drive Uber or do food delivery. But for me, what I found effective was I picked up side gigs working at restaurants. I ended up working 2 jobs when I was in college, along with a regular full-time job. So you just gotta make best of your time, and ultimately, if you are working more often, you spend less too. So that works too. 2 birds with 1 stone. And for the last tip is to be consistent. I think in hindsight, everyone wants to get out of debt, but we lose motivation because it's ultimately a marathon and not a sprint. To give you background, I mentioned earlier on the video that I realized at the end of 2018 that I was in debt and had all this amount. And it's been roughly a year and a half. And I want to say that I was able to pay off roughly 70 to 75% of my whole debt. And I had all this debt for longer than a year and a half. So just give you motivation that it's not just a quick solution that we're trying to solve, right? It's a long process. We're in this journey together, and I want to be able to see and that hopefully everyone else can achieve their goal and live financially free, enjoy, life. I want to thank everyone who's watching this video. If you thought the information was useful and helpful, please give a like and share to your friends and family. And I want to ask you a question. What type of debt is your largest, and what challenges are you facing to pay off your debt? Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.